Jannik Sinner out of Cincinnati, and this is starting to become a little bit concerning, isn't it? The world #1 has officially withdrawn from the Cincinnati Open with a right knee injury, and it means Sinner's missed two huge hardcore events in the lead up to the US Open. Big questions. Is this break going to help him, and will he still be fit to start the US Open? That's right, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Big news. Just when you thought it was just Carlos Alcaraz who was struggling with injury, then it comes out that Jannik Sinner, we will not be seeing him at another Masters event, and we're missing those big two players. It's quite shocking. Just because we saw Sinner last on a tennis court when he was winning a Grand Slam at Wimbledon. And since then, not a peep. He obviously missed Montreal. That one we thought maybe just taking a breather, maybe just managing the schedule. But now he's pulled out of Cincinnati. And this one, more significant, got to the final last year, won it in 2024. And this time it is due to injury. Cincinnati have said that he's pulled out due to a right knee injury, wishing him all the best. Can't wait to see him again next year. But we've got the actual statement that Jannik Sinner did put out here. So let's go through it. He said, after consulting the doctors and my team, I have to announce that I'm forced to withdraw from the Masters 1000 in Cincinnati. My right knee is giving me some problems, and although we have worked hard with my medical staff, I have to accept the fact that I am not yet ready to compete. I am very disappointed that I can't play in Cincinnati, and I wish Bob Moran and all of his team a fantastic and successful tournament. I can't wait to come back next year, and now I'll focus on preparing for the US Open. Well, Bob Moran probably was devastated that Alcaraz wasn't going to be there. Now, probably worried that even less ticket sales, now that Jannik Sinner, the world #1, will not be there either. Concerning. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Really want to know what people make of this, because what a time to be pulling out of a tournament which is seen as the real build-up to the US Open. It's great conditions, clearly, for Jannik Sinner. He always seems to go deep in this tournament. After what happened in last year's final, you'd think that he would have definitely wanted to have played this tournament. Obviously, he had to pull out in the final just due to illness, I believe it was, in the end. But now we don't get either of them. We don't get Alcaraz, we don't get Sinner, and that tournament completely turned on its head. So that one seems a little bit like the Montreal one. Bit of a free-for-all. The rest of the field probably licking their lips now. Someone has a chance at a Masters event because the big two players aren't going to be there. Will Djokovic be there? We'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything from that camp. But all of these players who are thinking, oh, maybe they could only get to a quarter or a semi, now they might be thinking they could actually win the event. And this is what it does, open up the door to some other players to start proving themselves against the rest of the field, hoping that they can be the cream that rises to the top of the next level down. But yeah, we've seen Hodar, how well he's been doing. Fonseca could be a chance for him. Sasha Zverev, if he chooses, he wants to play Cincinnati and actually make a good attempt at it, he has a good chance as well. But it's exciting. It does make the tournament a lot more open, and I'm still sure a lot of people will be interested in how the draw goes and how some of their favorite players may get on. They might see someone, who knows, like a Lerner Tien. Maybe some of the Americans will step up in this tournament as well. But obviously, we're right on the brink of an even bigger tournament. The 30th of August, that's the date that matters. And it is, of course, the US Open start. If Sinner turns up 100%, no one's going to care, are they? In fact, we might look back and say that was brilliant scheduling from Jannik Sinner. He's well rested. He looks fresh. Had weeks to prepare his body. And instead of grinding his way through multiple Masters events, he just took some time off, body recovered, came back in New York and absolutely battered the field. But if he comes into New York and the knee is still bothering him, the story and the plot thickens, because knee injuries for somebody like Jannik Sinner, not very, very good news, is it? For somebody so explosive, someone with such devastating movement around the tennis court, if that knee isn't there, then you're not going to see anywhere near the same level. So it's going to be tough. 5-set matches, especially if you're really trying to manage a knee. Yeah, I don't know how easy it's going to be. Physical demands of Grand Slams as well. Obviously, 7 matches, 5-set matches. But his team are working on it. And they think that there's enough time for him to be able to recover by the US Open. Skipping Montreal, that was apparently managing his schedule. But now it's gone from managing the schedule to now his knee isn't ready for competition. And if it's not ready for competition, that's absolutely huge. Very different conversations. And what does this say about the tennis calendar? We keep seeing the biggest players struggling physically. Players asked about going deep in slams and these 2-week Masters events as well, traveling constantly around the world. There's some players playing exhibition events as well on top of everything just because the money is so good. But then we've got these injuries. It's not good, is it? Especially when a big slam around the corner. And who is going to get the nod, really? If we come into the US Open and there's no Jannik Sinner, no Carlos Alcaraz, there might be one man who might not be too disappointed. Yes, well, Djokovic, I'm sure he needs some help from up above these days, I think, to be able to win one more slam. And that could be the help that he needs. Obviously, it'd be devastating for the tournament, but anything can happen. I saw another tweet that came out where someone was explaining, I think it was the problem with Sinner's knee and what he's going to be doing in the coming days. It says here, I'll explain more about the problem with Sinner's knee. In the coming days, he's going to receive shockwave therapy in Turin. And what is this usually used for? Shockwaves are used mostly to treat tendinopathy issues. That is nothing serious with the meniscus or ligaments. It's a conservative procedure for tendon inflammation problems, which leads me to think that Jannik might have an issue with the patella tendon or the quadriceps tendon. Shockwaves send high-energy acoustic pulses to the injured tissue to trigger a biological response that promotes its recovery. It stimulates tendon regeneration and increases blood flow to the area. As you know, a tendon recovers more slowly than a muscle because it has less blood supply. Sinner would complement this with loading exercises and knee strengthening to overcome the inflammation. 20 days left to the US Open. It's a race against time. Yes, it is, most definitely. But let's hope that it goes well for him, because missing Montreal, missing Cincinnati, if the knee isn't ready come the US Open, then could this be another big opportunity for all of the other players on the tour? But this is just a quick news, just to break it with Jannik Sinner and his knee issue pulling out of Cincinnati. Tell me your thoughts about it in that comment section. What do you make of it? Are you just disappointed we don't get to see him or Alcaraz at another Masters? And who do you think becomes the favorite in Cincinnati now? Or even the US Open? Could we see another new champion on the men's side? I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't done so yet, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.